Well, I woke up on the beach. I think I went too hard on the shots of whiskey. No shoes up on my feet.
Nice day outside. It's like 82 degrees, sunny. Not a cloud in the sky. Trying to find a cool place to shoot this. Maybe right here. It's actually kind of nice. All right, let's catch up. It's been a minute. The guitar search is on. Sebastian is taking off. He got an offer with All American Rejects, which seems like so random, right? But he knew some people that knew some people, and they knew about him, so they pitched him and they tried him out for a couple shows, and they liked him. So that was a wrap. And you know, we can't compete with that payday and that level of comfort, you know. So we're all grown-ass men, and nobody's mad. It's just, this job, this life is hard. It's hard enough. And when you find something like that's what you dream about, is finding that gig, you know, that level of security, that paycheck, you know. I'm happy for him, man. I think it's rad, you know. Clearly that puts us in a weird position, you know, because now we got to find somebody. And I knew that, like, you know, if we bring someone in to start getting more shreddy with the guitar solos and things like that, things that I can't do myself because I was never that kind of guitar player, I knew that, like, oh, if this person decides to leave or whatever, like, we'll have to make sure we can find someone else to cover that, because the songs, you know, we're not gonna dumb down the songs now, you know. So here we are. We're the search is on, and I'm getting submissions. I'm sifting through. Definitely some good players coming at me. It's interesting. We're looking for a unicorn, really. We're looking for a good-looking guy who's relatively fit, can sing harmonies, has a good attitude, lives in Maryland, you know, that can shred, like all these things. And I understand that we're looking for a unicorn. And it might, on the surface, it might seem like, wow, you're asking a lot. But I believe that you should 100% be direct and say what you're looking for and ask the questions, you know? I think you need to strive for the big things, like take big swings, basically, if you want to get a little bit of what you want, or most of what you want. I wonder if that makes sense to you guys. In my head, it makes all the sense, but you're not gonna get what you want if you don't ask for it, you know? So I know that much. So hopefully we'll find a guy that fits all, in a perfect world, or most of these things that we need. You know, the being from Maryland thing, would be great because it would be someone local and we wouldn't have to pay for flights and things like that. But it's not a deal breaker. You know, if we get somebody that's a great player and fits all this description, then, you know, that's fine. That's a wrap, you know. We have about 3 months to, a little less than 3 months, to find the guy and train him up, get him to know the set and everything, which isn't really that long, but I'm gonna give it a couple weeks of just, you know, hopefully getting more submissions. I hope people are excited and you know, the idea of playing for our band. I hope that, you know, that is something that, you know, people would love to do. You know, we're not some huge band or anything, but we definitely, it's a good gig. It's a great gig. So I'm hoping that we can find that person in the next couple weeks, and then, you know, lock it in and start getting it done. We were originally gonna be doing like an internal search, you know, just kind of reaching out to friends and people that we know in the industry, you know, under the radar. We didn't necessarily want to have like a, you know, like make a big thing out of it, but that wasn't working. You know, I got sent one guy and he's good, but I want options, you know what I mean? I'm not just gonna take the first guy that can play well. So I want our band to be sick, and I want people to enjoy it, and I want the tone to be right. Everything's gotta be right, you know? I made a Facebook post yesterday, like I did in 2020. That worked out great, you know? We got like the perfect guy for what we do. Now, yes, he's moving on, but it did work out for the most part, you know? So I figured, what the hell, let's do it again. I'll put up my silly list of demands, you know? Again, it's like, you got to ask for it, for what you want. So I made it silly. It's the thing about it is, if you read through it, if you understand the humor, that is part of it right there. Like, if you understand that I'm being silly, and the parts that sound pretentious or like, my band's important, like, if you understand that it's really not like that, like, we're not like that, it's just, that's part of the gig right there, is understanding our humor and not taking it so seriously. So, I saw a couple people that seemed to kind of be thrown off or taken aback by it, and almost like offended or something. Like the objectively handsome part. It's like, oh, so much for the ugly guys that can shred. It's not what I mean. You know what I mean? That's not how it was intended. If you took it that way, then you're telling me that you don't get it. So, that's fine. Ultimately, people are going to think what they want. So, within the description itself, we're sort of weeding people out that don't need to apply. So that's fine with me. And at the end of the day, it's my fucking band. So, don't submit anything, If this is, when it's your band, you can do whatever you want, bring in whoever you want, I'm hoping that we can lock this up in the next couple weeks and get it solid. So that's what's going on in my life right now. After our Atlantic City show a couple weekends ago, my wife was driving our car back, and, because we had to go to Virginia Beach. She was driving our car back that Sunday, early afternoon, and she broke down on the side of the road. The alternator died in the car. And this is a car I bought last year, of course, it was used, I'll probably never buy a new car again. This was a used car, and it's been fine, but yeah, the alternator died. So we didn't have AAA. I fucking do now, though, because our insurance company blew it and left her stranded for 4 hours in this confusing, back and forth. It was just silly. It shouldn't have happened like that. I was thinking maybe she'd be stranded for 2 hours tops, just because, usually it takes a tow truck like an hour and a half to get there. 4 hours, man. She was stranded on the side of the road. We had to get an authorized towing vehicle to get her off the highway, and then get another towing vehicle to bring her home. And that cost $600, because my towing, if you don't know this, check your insurance policy. We have up to 15 miles covered on the towing in case of a breakdown. And I was not made aware of that when I signed up for this company. I probably would have, done something bigger, but I also didn't really know about I knew about AAA, but I thought it was like some secret club that you had to like know somebody in like the military or something to get AAA. I don't know. I just never looked into it. And so, my ass signed up a few days ago for AAA, and I got 200 miles on that coverage, and it cost, for both of us, it was like $160 a year. So anyway, so that's peace of mind right there. I don't mind paying for shit like that. When I'm paying for peace of mind, it's like when I bought my kids iPhones and Apple Watches when they were really little. It's like, some parents were like, oh, you got them watches? Ooh, they have a phone? Like, yeah, they got phones and watches. First off, none of your business. Second off, I'm not making excuses for this. Like, this is peace of mind for us. I want to be able to find my kids. I want to be able to locate my kids, So, I make my daughter wear her watch everywhere she goes when she's not with us. I mean, even when even when she is with us and we go to like a festival or something, or some big event where there's a lot of people, I make her wear the watch, So yeah, pay for the peace of mind, folks. Just pay for it, get it over with, and get on with your life. My name's Forrest Gump. Forrest Gump. Man, lovely day, especially in the shade. Birds are going. So we got Reggae Rise Up coming up next weekend. Your boys hit at 4:45 on the main stage. They actually put us on the main stage this time. I think this might be the first time that we've been on the main stage at Reggae Rise Up. But maybe it's because it's Maryland. They decided to throw us up there because we're from here. And then after that, we've got Secrets in Ocean City. That's one of our biggest shows of the year, man. It's like always such a good time. We play on the beach stage. I remember after COVID, we came back and we did the beach stage. For whatever reason, I can't remember why, because we usually play the nightclub stage, which has always been great, right? Always ragers, shit show. But they put us on the beach stage, And we're like, oh yeah, that's cool. I forgot they had the beach stage. It's all sand, palm trees, like it's really cool, good lighting. And the stage is a little weird itself, but it's vibey, it's fine for what it is, you know? Dude, that first show back in Ocean City was insane. There were over 1,000, I mean, there had to be over 1,000 people. And we were like, well, we're never doing the nightclub stage again. We had to do the nightclub stage last year because it was a monsoon the entire week in Ocean City. So we had to go inside. Yeah, the beach stage is where it's at for sure. So we always look forward to that one. We bring the kids down, you know, get the hotel near the venue, and just you know, it's a good time. Pittsburgh, we're gonna be in Pittsburgh on the 28th. Thunderbird played there last year. It'll be about a year since we've been to Pittsburgh when we do this. So it was great last time, man. I remember we dropped 808s and Coffee, the single, that day. Played it for the first time live that night. The crowd was insane. It was just electric, man. Pittsburgh is rad as fuck. You know, shout out to everybody in Pittsburgh. On the next month, we take off with our friends Bumpin' Uglies and Joe Samba, kicking it off in Wilmington, North Carolina. It's like Wilmington, St. Augustine, St. Pete, I think are the first 3 shows. And those 3 shows are selling the best actually on the whole run. St. Augustine, there's like 300 tickets left. Janice Live in St. Pete is over half sold. That room holds 2,000 people and it's already over half sold, which is nuts. It's gonna be an awesome run. Me and Brandon knew that coming together, bringing the 2 bands and bringing the 2 fan bases together, and there's a lot of crossover anyway, a lot of Uglies fans and a lot of hooligans all in the groups and stuff, it's all mixed. We knew that bringing it all together was just gonna make magic, you know? And then we got Joe Samba opening it up. Joe's great, his voice is insane, the band is sick, like just a great lineup. It's gonna be a great show, you know, in general, so I really hope you guys can make it. Buy tickets if you haven't already. So now I'm trying to find a place to shoot this stupid promo video I wanna make. I've had this idea for a few days now, and I've just been like putting it off, and I just need to find a good place to do it. And I know my neighbor is gonna be like, what the fuck is this guy doing? That's probably why I've been so weird about it and not shooting it. But I think it's gonna be worth it, and who gives a fuck, right? We're all gonna die someday. Guys, this is gonna be so stupid. It's gonna be so stupid, okay. Well, that's gonna look ridiculous. My neighbor walked out as soon as I started doing that. Oh, it's so dumb. Well, see you later.
So I put on my dark side.